Jesus is talking to his
Me
myself,
and moi.
Just moi.
just moi.
Okay, welcome. Sorry for starting late. Tonight was the first night of Awana for my son, who has just turned 3 and can just now start Awana. Super exciting. I did Awana most all of my childhood since first grade, and I loved it, and he loved it, which I'm super excited that he did. But yeah, it ends at 8, so we get home past 8. Yes, Awana is an amazing thing. But yeah, if you're don't know anyone who goes to Awana, it's easy to forget about it. I'd say I kind of forgot about it a little bit until this past summer, maybe the summer before. Just 'cause didn't know anybody going to Awana, haven't had anybody going to Awana until now. Okay, I don't know what my plan is. I have zero plan. I'm pretty sure I had a plan when I got off, and I have forgotten what that plan was. Okay. There is a cake here. Very suspicious. There's another cake here. Oh my goodness, there are so many cakes. I've been caked. In every aisle. Okay, I see. I have thoroughly been caked. But yes, plans. Oh, that's what I was doing. I was chopping down trees to fill up my system. Did I come to a stopping point? I think I did. Did I get everything put away is the question. Yes, because I believe my station was right here. Looks like I got it all picked up. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, let's see. Let me update the screen, because to me it looks like Twitch was not streaming anything. There it is. I just hadn't updated on my end. Plans. Gotta make a plan. What is there to do? I could start on my village. Oh, I think that's what I wanted to do. I think I wanted to make building shell outlines to get a feel for the village. Let's see. And I think I wanted to use terracotta, and then so then it would hopefully be easy to mine if I just put a beacon over there. Which, speaking of beacons, I should see. It's been a while since I've been on. See if anybody's been to the shop. Oh, also, I kind of wanted to start building all of this stuff somewhere else so that I could have my flat plot of land back. Unless... I was gonna do your layer farm. I'd move that first. I know, I'd move it. Oh look, a cake! Oh, the bottom of the screen's missing again? Ugh. That's so annoying. Why does it do that? Hold on. Because I didn't mess with anything this time. Oh. Now I remember why. It's because I'm in full screen mode. Hold on. No longer full screen. It should be fixed. I have to put it in full screen for my son so he can't accidentally close Minecraft when he's playing on his own world, and then I forget to move it back. Cake! No one has bought beacons yet? That is alright. Ooh, someone's bought pork. Okay. Don't think anyone sells terracotta. Ooh, is this the new honey place? More cake? What did he need all the cakes for? Why does he have so many extra? Okay, villager trading. I guess I didn't realize they traded cakes. And cakes aren't stackable, are they, in your inventory? Okay, let's see. Okay. I've made cake once before. Let's get scaffolding and I'll see where I can move Vol. I believe I put scaffolding over here. So as you can see, I did get started on sorting my non-full blocks. Like, scaffolding is technically a full block, but at the same time, it's not. Because you can walk through it. So I did not put it with solid blocks, because it's not fully solid. Time to sleep. Okay. Thinking of moving fall water somewhere over around this area. Let's build a scaffold tower up. But yeah, my son ended up loving Awana, although one of the leaders did say he did not speak a word. He was very respectful and followed directions, but did not say a single word. So we'll have to come up with a little deal on figuring out how to make sure he knows his verses. Is if he says his verse to me, then I'll sign the page, and then they'll still try to get him to say the verse there, but because he's not speaking there, it might be a little while before he actually says his verses to his leader. But all they care about is that we know that he knows the verse. Let's see. If my house is here, I don't want to move him too far away. Maybe he can live up on this hill by that cool waterfall. I should ask his opinion. Ball. He's currently playing a different game that takes a lot of focus. But I think I'll potentially move him back over here. Maybe even down here is more flat down there. That might be a good spot. I'll have to fix what I let my son do over there, because I let him dig around a little bit once. So then we're still close. But yeah, I guess I'll need to go get some dirt so that I can start building this farm over again for him. Hello, Janela. Thanks for the lurk. I can just put this in here, and that should hopefully work. Okay, dirt. So over here. And then I'm gonna need ladders. I don't think ladders need it. They did at one point, but then I switched them out, I think, for the scaffolding. Trying to remember. Must have ended up down here. Okay, don't have very many ladders. That's alright. We can just make more. I should have a decent amount of sticks, because trees drop a lot of sticks. That should be enough, I think. And let's fly up over here. Okay. Don't have my shovel on me. Well, get one on me. Interesting. My fortune one must be in my shulker. I think this can just all be covered up. Okay, just gotta fill in some holes and then we can work on his multi-layer farm. I'll probably have to go over there and get the dimensions of his farm. Oh, and there's those guys. They always spawn over here. It drives me nuts. What level bottle do we have this time? Just a 1. I wonder how you get it higher. Okay, and then also I feel like this area, we could cover this up and match it up with over there. Do some terraforming, make this back area look all nice. Okay, how do I want this to go? Gonna need torches, which I don't have on me. Let's go grab some now, and I'll put other stuffs away. Okay, these can go up here for now. I'm not using those. So crossbows go up in here. That almond bottles, so yeah, I have 3 of 1, 1 of 4, and 1 of 5. Believe I put bad omen bottle or flags over here. Beads should have their own chest. Yep, right there. And then eggs would go on the end. Probably not over here. I'd probably put them... I believe I put them over here. Yeah. Okay. I know I made this place, but I've got to get used... Oh, and I forgot to grab torches. And it's nighttime anyways. I should bring a bed out there. Grab my bed. Torches. Because Ball does like to have his place well lit so that nothing can explode up his stuff. Okay, I think I do want to smooth out this spot one more time. And this is where we can start the torches. Oh, and there's a skeleton and a spider. But you know what? I think I was hearing mobs down here from when I was doing my trees. There's a zombie down. Like, oh, that cave needs to be lit up. Let's... And let's get these ores, might as well. Bless me if you heard that. Gotta take off my headset to sneeze real quick. And then tons of coal over here. Okay, almost done collecting the ores, and then we can start covering up this hole. Hopefully Vol will be okay with moving over here. It's not that far away. Okay, time to start filling in. Well, I hope you all are having a wonderful Wednesday, and I hope you all had a good Labor Day weekend. I definitely did. Got to celebrate my brother's birthday and have a bridal shower for my brother and soon-to-be sister-in-law. And I'm so super excited for them to get married. And I'm going to make myself a dress for their wedding to match the colors, which that will be super exciting. I just have to decide on a design that I want to copy or mimic, which I think I have one picked out, but I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it. Okay, so how's this part look? Let's fill up these couple of holes. I think let's widen this a bit. Okay, let's try and connect this up over there, I think. Okay, let's see. Gotta keep going a little bit more. This is looking a little awkward. Let's that. That I think works a little bit better. This part's a little weird. Might wanna fix that part real quick, actually. Oop. Okay. Almost done with this part. And then we still have that whole upper part still. Well, that messed me up. Oh, I felt another sneeze coming on, but it didn't come. And running out of dirt, but there's plenty of dirt down here that I can just steal because it won't be seen anyways. We'll just need to replace some torches. Okay, maybe this will be enough now. There, hopefully that looks decent. This can be trimmed off. Do I have? Nope, I don't have scaffolding. I guess I can fly over to see it. Let me put this bed down. I think that's looking good. Now let's go get the measurements of his farm. He does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It could go a little bigger, I think. If we do 9 by 9, 9 by 18, we can give him a 9 by 18 farm. And it looks like he does just have it 2 blocks per level. Maybe we want to close off this area as well. Then have his farm right here. Or we can put his farm... I don't know, I feel like I'm pushing him too far away, so let's... something like this. Something like that. Okay. Got some grass blocks left. Gonna need to go grab some more soon. After we sleep the night away. How are the other people? Yeah, they're just AFK right now. There we go. Okay, and then we can go get more dirt. Because we're gonna need dirt for the layers anyways. Then, how much grass do we have? Not that much. Actually, while I'm looking at this, let me put some stuff away to be filtered. Good enough. I think most of those things will end up in this last chest, but it'll at least bring it closer to back here. So yeah, grass. Might as well just take all of it. Definitely have a lot more dirt. And then I believe, yes, my hose are in there. Okay, now from here, let's figure out the dimensions of the farm. I think let's do like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then it should be like that. Okay, so that should be the 4 corners of his farm. We'll put the ladder right here, I think. So now I'll take these 4 corners. I'm gonna need a water bucket. Do I have one on me? No. Do I have one in here? Maybe in this one. No. So let's go get a bucket. Okay, and so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. That. Okay, and then next, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can do that, and then we can do this. Hello, cow. Okay, there's that, and then we can start doing the other layers. Okay, one level, and now let's get the ladders out. And then we'll need to find out how many layers he has to... I think it might be 4, one for each type of crop, and then the bottoms, melons and pumpkin. So we'll have to see. Okay, now maybe we can see his farm from the coast all the way. Yeah, he has 4 layers, so 2 more to go. That one. Leap. And then I'm thinking he has bamboo growing. It would be cool to be growing bamboo on 3 of the 4 edges on the outside of the farm. I think it would be cool. Okay, have grass. Otherwise we can't get way more dirt. Most likely gonna need to get at least 2 more stacks. Two, 1, 2, 3. And then let's do that. Hello, game enjoyer. I am doing good tonight, thank you. How are you doing this evening? Well, that's good. So right now, I am working on moving Vol because he's basing with me, and he just threw his stuff into a spot which was open and flat. I wasn't using it at the time, so it didn't matter. But now I'm gonna want to start working on this area for a village, so I'm just building him a new area of the things he's already built so far. But I don't want to tear it down until, at least the farm part, until I have a new one going first. And I'm making it a little better and a little bit bigger, so hopefully that also helps compensate for moving him. I'd say so, yeah. When I first started this evening, I had forgot what I was previously doing, so it's like, what was I gonna do next? Well, thanks. But yeah, so just working on moving him so then I can start working on a village town. But yeah, I terraformed this area a little bit because I'd let my son, before I made him his own single player survival world, I'd let him play on the server for a few minutes and he likes to dig, so this was the area over here where I let him dig holes, so it's pretty chopped up. Yes, it is. The same server. Yep, it's the only server that I play on at the moment. Technically do have single player worlds, but I have not played on a single player world in a very long time. Just because with kids I can't justify being on video games without having friends to play with. That's just my own personal opinion and conviction. So yeah, but I can justify playing games with friends, so even though no one might be on playing at the moment, but as long as there's activity going, then that continues to make progress. So yeah. Yep, nothing wrong with being dedicated to family. Exactly. Yeah. And speaking of family, tonight was my son's first night at Awana. He's 3, so he's just old enough now, and that was super exciting. If you don't know what Awana is, it's a church program for kids. And Awana is based off of the verse 2 Timothy 2:15. Approved workmen are not to be ashamed, is what Awana stands for. Well, cool. That's awesome to hear. Awana is a great program, and I'm bringing him to the same church that I attended Awana at, because we still live in the same town. I loved Awana. I was a bit nervous that he wouldn't like it just because he doesn't always like being separated from an adult just because of how young he is, that he knows. But yeah, he did great. He loved it. He could not wait to show me what he had in his Awana bag. And it was so adorable. He kept his vest on the whole time despite semi-wanting to take it off after he got it on initially. But it all went good. He had a good time. I did stay and sit at the church waiting because it was my childhood church, so everybody, or most everybody, knows me. Quite a few new people are attending now since I've left, but chatted with some people that I used to know from my childhood. And just sat there just in case something went wrong and he wanted to go home early or something, which wasn't the case, which I'm super glad for. Yes, so currently I go to a different church, but the church that I'm taking him who hosts Awana was my childhood church. I went there my entire life growing up until the age of 18. And then I started exploring different churches just because I needed somewhere else to go. I felt like I wasn't necessarily growing at my childhood church anymore. So I had moved on and we've changed churches. I think I changed to 2 different churches after leaving my childhood church. And then stayed at one for a while after getting married. One of the 2 churches that I hopped back and forth between after my first church, and then just a few years ago started attending a different church. So I'd say that's my 4th church that I've attended. officially. But yeah, we've been going to this fourth church for 3 years now, but they don't have an Awana program at that church. So, but my childhood church has a lot of outreach programs. They also have a Momco program that will be starting up soon, which I attend. It's for moms of all ages, or with children of all ages. But that starts in a couple more weeks. Still, yeah, and then they do Awana, and they might do a few other things. Yeah, they usually host a VBS where our current church does not do any programs like that at the moment. They do have programs, just not those ones. Hold on. Okay, so the other church that we were going to before our current one, when we first got married, me and my husband, was just because something fell off, and like, I don't think they were doing it on purpose, but they seemed to start going. Oh, hold on. Stop going to the other church just because they seem to be going in a more, and not the full health, wealth, and prosperity, but a lot of the health and prosperity part, but not necessarily wealth type of, like, I don't want to say vibe, but it had that type of vibe that was starting to, I don't know a better word. Vibe is the best word I can think of. It started having that type of feel to it, I think is, which at the time I couldn't really pinpoint or explain. There was just something off, something with the doctrine that didn't feel completely biblical to me. So we started trying a different church, and then also it was a smaller church that didn't have childcare at all, so our, at the time, oldest was only 1.5, and he was sitting with us, so we were highly distracted and couldn't pay attention. So it was better for us to move to our current church so that we could put him in a nursery, so that we could pay attention. And then this is 100% Bible-believing church. They have a good pastoral structure that I would consider biblical, and they point out how they are following the Bible to make their decisions and stuff. And so I think they have a better, more solidly structured doctrine than the previous one. So they do have like a Sunday school program. And then once they get into middle school and high school, then they do have a youth group program, but they don't really have any little kid programs besides for Sunday school and nursery and stuff. So for my son's age, it's called Little Learners Class, Sunday school class. But they don't necessarily have a during the week program. I only have the Sunday school one during the main service. So they do have kids ministry. They just don't have any extracurricular church children's ministry. Um, there are a lot of kids, so our church has 2 services, and I think including the youth group, there are over 200 kids in attendance. There are some extracurriculars that they choose not to do because they right now their energy is all focused on discipleship type programs, which tend to gear more towards the teenage and adult ages. So they have discipleship groups are going to be starting up for the adults, and then they have a 20s discipleship for those who are single coming out of youth group. Um, so yeah, they don't. I'd say the one thing that I don't love about my church that I go to currently is that they don't have more connect group like structure or type events or events. But they have explained they have a meeting, I'd say about twice a year, called Meet with the Pastors, where after the 2 services you stay for lunch and they talk about what the church is about, what they believe, and how they run things and why they do that. And they definitely are focused more on discipleship programs within the church. So I'm not sure if they would ever be really interested, maybe one day would be interested in doing kid programs, but I think also with knowing that this church is in the same town, so I think with knowing that my childhood church always runs some of those things, that they might not feel a need. Like, if you really want your kids to be involved in a program like that, then just go to theirs, I think would kind of be their tone. But yeah, they definitely focus more on discipleship building, which Awana I would say could be for kids, but with it being in the same town, it just, I guess, prevents competition almost from the one church. But yeah, so no, I would not say so. So my childhood denomination is Baptist, and then I'd say my current church denomination would I'd say they're probably more described as non-denominational. And then the other church that I attended regularly between those two was not Pentecostal, but I'd say is more in the free Holy Spirit feel. Like, it's less structured in how they run their service, but it still has like a bare bone structure-ish. But they definitely went more by spirit-led stuff, but wasn't fully Pentecostal. Or charismatic. Yeah, charismatic would be the other word. They weren't fully charismatic, but they were charismatic-ish. So I feel like I've gone through a wide spectrum of church. Like, yeah, church denominations, but yeah, I definitely so Baptist church was good, but I think it can be a little too legalistic sometimes, at least from me remembering as an adult. The more charismatic, feely one, not structured enough, but my current non-denominational one, I'd say, is a good in-between. What association did your... So they're a First Baptist church. I don't know what association, though. Besides their name, they're a First Baptist church. So yeah. Who knows? They might be an independent First Baptist church. I'm not sure what all the behind the scenes stuff. Could do this, although I don't have fortune. Okay, let's go plant this real quick. We'll keep his levels the same. Then he doesn't get okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about that type of stuff. I just know that it's a Baptist church. Yeah. And who knows, they might not even follow a specific association either. I would assume you don't have to be a Baptist church. I live in the state of Michigan. I should maybe get a chest for all the extra crops. I think I'll go do that. Okay, yeah, I'd assume that my childhood Baptist church probably is not with an association. And then I'm here for chests. Which are all gone. What did I use them for? I took them for something. Oh well, I have tons of logs, so I'll just make some. Then let's go grab my fortune hoe so then we can get even more crops for him available. So take that for lighting. Want to make sure to get those blossoms. Tragic to lose those. Only have 2. I think I should 4. Okay. Here, I went to a year of seminar in Michigan. I graduated college. Church that ran this seminary had no association with quite a few of the other Baptists under its sphere and influence did not as well. Yeah. . 'Cause Oh, yeah, I have no issues talking about it. I feel like religion should be able to be spoken up more openly than it is. But I'd also understand why some people just don't, because it could cause issues, I'm sure, in some people's chats. But yeah, I don't mind. If anything, I'd say I probably need more practice in speaking openly. I feel like because I'm not sitting in front of anybody, it's easier for me to talk about it because I'm not seeing people's expressions. But sometimes I can be shy about my spiritual convictions. I am not. So I did attend a Bible college. I went to Frontier School of the Bible, but I only was there for half a semester. So I went there end of August, came back mid-October or mid-November. I think it might have been mid-November is when I came back. But there was a lot going on. So part of it was, although at the time I would have never associated with it, at the time my parents were starting to go through a divorce. So I probably had some emotional issues that, like, I didn't know how to express, and I felt like I couldn't express my feelings there, like, or emotions. Because there's not much downtime, and the downtime you do have is not, there's no place that you could go to be isolated, to be able to work through stuff. Because it's a very small town. Over half the population is the college itself. Because it's in the state of Wyoming. And then also there was some dumb stuff that happened too. We had open dorms night. Yes. Well, and then also my parents spoke against divorce too in my earlier childhood years because I had a grandma who got divorced when I was real little, and my mom told me that that's wrong. So it's like, okay, they're never gonna get divorced no matter how bad it gets. But they did end up doing it, and at the same time too, I had a boyfriend, and we weren't engaged yet, but we wanted to be, and it is my current husband as well. So we were dating at the time too. He ended up being the one to pick me up and bring me home. Just cause I was had so much emotional turmoil and was constantly like, should I leave? Should I stay? Because there are people telling me I should stay, some people telling me I should leave if I feel uncomfortable. Because I'd say I felt called to go at first, but then I didn't need to be there anymore. I also felt like at the point of leaving too that I learned what I wanted to learn, which was learn how to study the Bible better in general, because I really felt like I never learned how to study the Bible for myself. Yeah. Yep. About the be careful who you judge for their sin, but for the grace of God it might someday be your sin too. Yeah. Yeah, and there was just a really stupid thing. Some boys strung up a stray cat. I'm not sure if they killed it or if they found it dead or something, but they strung it up in front of not my dorm, but the other girl's dorm, and it just so happened to be that their dorm also has a faulty fire alarm, so at 4 in the morning, the girls woke up exiting the building and found that. Like, yeah, that's my last straw, because I was already in so much turmoil myself, and to hear the stupid thing about that and the school didn't do anything about it, the state had to do something about it, for animal abuse. It's like, why would the school not discipline them? That's so dumb. But yeah. Yeah, strung it up. Like, I'm not sure exactly what it looked like, but it sounds like they not hung it, but like, I don't know. I can't remember how they described it. This was 2019 is when I went. So it's been a while. But yeah, from what it sounded like, it was not a pretty sight. Just dumb stuff, and the college didn't do anything about it. I think they may have given them a talking to, and that was it. They didn't punish them or discipline them. Like, yeah, I've had enough. But then ultimately, it was my now husband who made the decision. It's like, to come pick me up. It's like, I don't care what you say, I'm picking you up, because I could not make the decision myself. And I'd say there's also a while after that that I still could not make my own decisions. It was a ridiculous thing, and I'd say it's also absurd that, to the Dean of Women told me that, like, I should get along, like, hang out with the people in my grade, but, like, so I was homeschooled too, so it's not like all homeschoolers are this bad, but because most of the people were homeschooled, and this was their first time in a public, like, school setting, with probably more freedom than they had at home, a lot of them acted so stupid like middle schoolers. So I did not want to hang around them, because my maturity level was slightly higher than a lot of them, and I didn't like or agree what they were doing, or just I wasn't interested in the same things they were, so I didn't hang out with them. And my Dean of Women said that I should force myself to get along with them, because we can't choose who are around. It's like, I can get along with them in class, but I'm not going to force myself to hang out with them after class if we just don't get along, if we don't like the same stuff. I'm not going to force myself into that situation. And I do believe so. I do believe it was a Baptist college. It was Frontier School of the Bible, and I do think they had more Baptist-like rules. Okay, let's see. I need to hurry and go get the beetroot seeds. I didn't pick up much of the beetroot stuff. Yeah. And I felt like that's what she was telling me to do, was I had to associate with them. And I was like, yeah, no thanks. But yeah, and then she was assistant to the Dean of Women's. We had to talk before I talked with the Dean of Women's, because she was busy at the time. But she said that it might be Satan telling me to leave, and that if I leave, I'll be following Satan. It's like, that's... Yeah, Frontier School of the Bible in Wyoming, LaGrange, Wyoming. It's like, yeah, I feel like that's not true. Like, sure. But, so I think what she was saying was, if I left that college, I'd be following the devil, or following Satan. and that I'd fall away from Jesus or whatever. And it's like, I don't believe that. Like, I think she was trying to be encouraging, to try and encourage me to stay and to learn more about God, but it's like, just because I leave does not mean that I'm gonna live in sin for the rest of my life. So yeah, definitely, like, I don't think it's a bad college. I know other people who've gone there and they finished their years and they are great human beings, but for me it was not the place that I needed to be at the time. Despite feeling led to go in the first place, I wasn't uncomfortable with the idea of leaving. But that also might have been my desire to get away from my home life too, so who knows. I'd say the Bible part that they teach is in line with the Bible. Just some of the extra stuff, maybe not so. Okay, that's one place moved. And I feel like he had way more beetroot than that. Okay. I think this is a turn that works. Yeah, I don't think they're all that terrible. I think it's just a me experience. It wasn't good for me. Overall, I think it's a good place. But yeah, just not the greatest experience for myself. Because yeah, there are other people who did well there. So just happened to be my specific circumstances made it not good, I guess, and me wanting to leave. Because also, like, the dean of women said that other women have left with their boyfriends and ended up straying away, but I didn't. So she just had examples. She didn't want me to end up straying away, but it was said in a more intimidating way than she probably meant it to be. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was an unintentional, misguided way of wording things. But she was also the assistant to the dean, and she was still learning too, I'm sure, so I don't blame her for it. I'm sure everybody learned things. Or we've all grown too, so. But yeah, even I'd say another way to say it too is that even if it wasn't God leading me away, God knew I was going to make that decision and he used it for my good or for his good in my life, so. Because now I'm married with 2 kids. In a church where I'm learning a lot, I'm pursuing God more. And he's just now starting to put people in my life who I think will be able to disciple me well, so. It all worked out, despite leaving semester halfway through. But yeah, just a ton of emotional turmoil, and then just so happened a couple of dumb things happened with my freshman class. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad I'm doing well too. Okay, so I have his farm planted. Now let's get the bamboo. Oops. So much bamboo. He has more than enough bamboo, I think, for a Minecraft. Yes, discipleship's very good, and I'm also excited about my discipleship group this year because my leader this year is the women's ministry leader at our church, and she this past summer just did a study on Ruth, which was really good, and then also I met her daughter this year too, who I have just recently become friends with, so I'm super excited for D group with her. Oh no, that's alright. Before you came, I was just doing my Minecraft thing in silence. Because I don't know how to keep a conversation going by myself for very long, so I usually start by saying hi, how I'm doing, what I did today, and then sit in silence until someone comments. It's nice to have someone else come up with topics to talk about. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just sitting waiting, I guess, for people to find me and I guess find me interesting to have a slightly larger conversation group. Because I know not everyone likes to chat. If I ever do listen to people on Twitch, which I generally don't have the time for these days, I'm not a chatter. I just listen to it. So I do understand people just listening, and that's great too. But it is also nice to have some people who like to chat. Okay, so we got this part done. Can't wait for the bamboo to grow up. I think it would look really cool. Okay. Don't really want to move his chest unless he asked me to. I feel like it was really just the farm that I feel comfortable moving because I know how to do that. Yes, thank you for talking. It does make the stream feel a lot less boring. Well, I'm glad you ended up following the chain of Rose to me. It's nice to have you in the chat. And it's cool how you can find people through the raids. Which I know last time I forgot to raid somebody because I'm very new to raiding people. I also enjoy having background noise because, yeah, it can feel very lonely without having something on. Like, my kids watch way too much TV, but part of that's just because we're so used to having TV on for background noise. But I can understand you always having a stream on. And I don't have any more rockets on me. Okay. I don't think I ever fell asleep watching TV beforehand. If anything, I'm the type of person who, if I'm interested in the movie, cannot fall asleep because I'm focusing so hard I won't fall asleep while the TV's on. But I think it was a year or two ago we got a TV in our room, and we don't watch it every night, but we have started watching a show as our parent alone time before bed to wind down the evening. You used to rewatch stuff, yeah. I think my mom's that way. She will fall asleep in a show, and if she's missed something, then she'll go back and rewatch stuff. Okay, I'm here to put stuff away. Sugar cane is down this way. Is Denalid also streams on Tuesday nights if you want to get a Noah More game enjoyer. Okay, what to do next? Oh, I should probably end the stream soon. It's been almost 2 hours, which is usually my goal. Yes, Denalid is a he and architect is a her. Okay. Let's see, maybe I could go sit in this scaffolding to look at the area. Okay. I think this is probably where I'm going to just leave it off tonight. Been about 2 hours, so I'm starting to get tired, so I think I'm going to head to bed. But thank you all so much for watching, and thank you so much for the conversation and topics to talk about. It's been super fun. I believe this Friday is supposed to be my stream night again. But I'll keep you posted because I'm going to my sister's that day. At least the Discord. I'll keep Daniela's Discord posted. About if I stream Friday or not. But yes, thank you all so much for watching, and let's see about rating. I do not have a Discord server, but maybe I should look into one. Right now I'm on Daniela's. I'm not sure if I know how to set up a Discord server. I've only ever joined them, but I should figure that out soon. So then I can keep in touch with you guys outside of Twitch. And then if I do figure it out, then I think I can post a link to it on my channel. So I guess look out for it. I might try to figure it out tonight or maybe tomorrow. Let's see, raid. It's annoying I can't see the chat when I try to raid somebody. Let's see if I can pop the chat out so I can still read you guys while I try to find someone to raid. Yeah. Book of Gaming, Gaming for Hope, we're all on if you need safe suggestions. Yes, safe suggestions would be great. Because I don't have any filters, so that just shows me random Minecraft players. Okay, search. Let's look at Gaming for Hope. I can't hear. Oh, I have it muted. Okay, what is he playing? Looks like he might be playing, says competitive something. It looks similar to Marvel Rivals or Deadlock. A similar-ish type. It's Overwatch? Okay. Okay, we can just do Gaming for Hope. So I'll start the raid. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you maybe Friday. Bye! Good night. Raid now. Okay.
Trying to match the red aesthetics is crazy. If I could go full-time streaming, would I still only play Overwatch? No, it's the short version. I would create a second channel and create sandbox survival content as well. Dude, what is with all the Lucio players, man? What industry do I work for? I don't share that on stream, unfortunately. Virga, thank you so much for the follow, or excuse me, and for the raid. That was what I was actually trying to do. My brain just shut down. I can explain that answer, Giannis, if you're actually being legitimate. Because there are some people who really think that, and that's just not the objective reality. Okay, so they are doing a very good job of not shooting me when I bubble. They are very good at not shooting my bubbles. Holy ultimates. What is happening? Did I just... Did something happen to the matchmaking all of a sudden where I just get like the throwers? I don't actually understand. Tempted to start streaming during the day, man. If I could. Yeah, look at this. Like, what? My average charge is low. That's, oh, we're beat in.
Gotta warm up, Brian. It's almost showtime.
You've been warming up for 30 minutes, man.
Yeah, I know I have. Swim move. Ah.
What the?
Butt hook.
Run the route.
Hit me. Hit me. Explode. Ah. Ah. What are you doing?
Man, that is a great pass.
You overthrew it, man. Maybe you should do some warming up.
Maybe you should learn how to catch.
Yeah, well, maybe you should learn how to throw a better ball, man.
You ran the wrong route,
No, I
man.
didn't run the wrong one. I yelled it out. I said hook move.
Man.
Ah, you're annoying. You're so annoying.
New customers bet $5, get $300 instantly in bonus bets. Plus get $200 off NFL Sunday ticket. Crown is yours.
Consumer Reports used road tests, owner surveys, and safety ratings to name Subaru their 2025 most reliable and best overall automotive brand, and the Outback a recommended model. Safe, reliable, trusted, loved. Subaru.